That's why you have that after Saturday night drinking hangover. That headache comes from lack of dehydration, lack of B vitamins, so those are included. And then we'll also give you Toradol, which is an IV souped up ibuprofen. You're probably familiar with it.
Yep.
Toradol's a good one. And then the nausea medications. Reglan and Zofran a lot of times will help not only with the nausea, but they'll help benefit in getting rid of that headache. Probably the biggest one is magnesium. Magnesium's a smooth muscle relaxer, and it will help get rid of the headache. So it's a great concoction. Takes about 30 minutes, and I tell you, we've got great feedback from it.
So just a quick tangent side note on magnesium. Literally just happened. This has nothing to do with IVs. Where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
But so my kids take vitamins every night before they go to bed. Hey, Daddy, guys, get ready for bed. Brush your teeth. Put your jammies on. Go potty. Come downstairs. Hey, Daddy, we got to take our vitamins. Absolutely. Daddy gives them their vitamins. One of their vitamins is magnesium. Later on, my wife walks into the room, completely oblivious to everything that happened and just going through her routine, if you will, grabs the kid's vitamins, gives them to my son, and he takes them like without thinking about it. Well, absolutely thinking about it, and then throws them in his mouth. And she goes, and he looks at her and goes, well, it looks like I'm going to poop my pants tomorrow.
I was going to say.
He's 6. And she goes, what? Why? She goes, well, because Daddy already gave me our vitamins. This literally happened. This like 3 days ago. He's just chilling there on the couch. We're watching the stars. He takes a second fistful of magnesium and just goes, just completely nonchalant. Looks like I'm going to poop my pants tomorrow.
Smart kid, because that's exactly what it does. And people don't realize.
The reason he knows is because he found out the hard way. Because these magnesium gummies are really tasty. And one night he took a fistful of them. Maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 months ago. And then the next day it's daycare, he shit his pants.
That's right.
So, knowing that is the outcome and knowing he already had his dosage of magnesium, when mommy puts him in his hand, even though he's already had one, he just throws it down the pipe.
But those Flintstone vitamins are good, man. But that's what people don't realize is that the amount of vitamins you need, specifically magnesium, that can't go through your intestinal tract because it is a smooth muscle relaxer, which causes exactly what you just talked about. But intravenously, there you go. You can get that through your veins, and it bypasses all that. And you don't spend the next 48 hours on the toilet because that's not a good
question. So speaking of through your veins, dude, why should I trust you with a needle?
Well, I don't know that I trust every company, but I am going to plug mine. So Rapid Relief Mobile IV, this is a company that has a medical director. The guy's actually an ER physician. All the providers are either paramedics or I'm a registered nurse and a paramedic. So they're all people who have experience either in emergency rooms or 911 settings. So a simple IV in someone's house is nothing compared to a big trauma we're working or, rolling down the road in the back of an ambulance. So the IV side of it, and, on top of that, just like any company, they're insured and all that good stuff. But these are experienced providers that are not only knowledgeable, but they have the experience to do what needs to be done and give you the trust to let somebody walk in and stick a needle in your arm.
That's more where I was going with that. Not necessarily the company, but like you said, like you are a paramedic and an RN. You're not just some dude that was scrolling through LinkedIn.
No.
Yeah, I can stick people with needles, whatever.
Yeah, no, there's some pretty strenuous certifications and things you have to hold in order to do this. But good question.
That's awesome. Okay, so we talked about the migraines and stuff. Man, let's say someone's just feeling. Actually, no, this is probably a really good opportunity because shoot, last week it was in the 90s. Yep. Now it's in the 70s. There's this whole seasonal shift. And to anyone watching, they're like, this was not prepped at all. But something tells me that, Ryan, you probably have something that can help this. I don't want to say seasonal affective disorder, but definitely just the change that people like physiologically feel during this shift in the year. Is that true, or am I just making that up?
Yeah. So like I said, there's multiple packages, but just the vitamins are what makes people feel better. I kind of look at what we do. There's a portion of people that use us as a preventative measure because if you're hydrated, you're getting your vitamins, which nobody does. I'm sitting here drinking an energy drink talking to you about hydration. And the average American, they get their hydration through the ice cubes in their cocktail. I mean, it's just the way it is. Let's be real. The National Institute of Health says 75% of Americans are dehydrated. and 45% don't get the vitamins we need. So
Yep.
most people, I would say, I don't want to speak for chiropractic work, but I would say a lot of people come to you as a preventative measure. They're not just hurting and need to see you, but they're going to come on a weekly basis every 2 weeks, and they're going to use it as a maintenance. They don't want to
Uh-huh.
get, and I have a lot of those too that'll call, hey, every 2 weeks, they just set it up. I want to come get what's either called the Myers or the Ultimate Myers package. Those are two of the most common and popular cocktails that we give, if you want to call them that. And it's just full of vitamins. This is not for somebody that is suffering from an ailment or something like that at the moment, but they're trying to keep from getting there because that's one less ER visit, one less doctor copay, and nobody wants to deal with insurance and doctors and all that mess. Not chiropractic doctors, but you know what I'm talking
I got you.
So, I would say that's the majority of the people. But then let's get back to what you're talking about. Here comes the seasonal change, the stomach bugs, all those things. We can take care of those as well. Now, that comes with a little more vitamins, a little more traditional medicine with some of the anti-nausea meds and things like that we'll give as well. So, yeah, the seasonal change coming right now, I would say during the summer, we treat a lot of athletes, whether they're high school athletes or whether they're, the athletes from the stands that also like to go crossfitting, things like that, and forget that we're now 30 and 40, act like we're in our 20s. So a simple CrossFit competition put us down for a week. But we treat those people during the summer a lot. But then here comes wintertime. We're about to get into flu season. And like I said, miss a day at work. And on top of that, get yourself a urgent care bill. It's a lot cheaper to call the mobile IV service and just stay ahead of it.
Well, it's interesting too. And you mentioned, a lot of people do it for preventative stuff. So you're kind of right in that, yes, a lot of people come in here for preventative issues. That's after they've come in here for very acute or traumatic issues. It's more often than not. And I said this, I had 2 new patients this morning, and I say this to dudes more often than not, because I would say, and in all reality, being in healthcare, I'm sure you kind of can attest to this. 75% of the men that come to see me come here because their wives, mothers, or girlfriends made their appointment for them, right?
Yeah.
And then when they come in here, they're like, nothing's wrong. I'm here because my wife told me to come here. I'm here because my mom made the appointment. Okay, well, let's just see what's going on. And more often than not, like they might have a little bit of this, a little bit of that, but nothing crazy happening. Right. If they didn't actually like crawl through the door. And my go-to thing, and some of you watching will be like, holy shit, he used that on me. Yeah, I did. I'm going to use it in the future too. Is my job, if you're not in any sort of like acute situation, is to literally show you what normal is supposed to feel like.
Because you won't want to go back.
No, because they come in here. You get headaches. Oh, my normal headaches. Well, there's no such thing as a normal headache. How's your body feel? Oh, I just got my normal back pain. Like pain's not normal. No. Like just even outside of the realm of pain, your body feeling run down isn't normal. You having a craving for this, that, or the other 2 hours after dinner time. Having another craving for some food or something. That's not normal. You waking up tired is not normal. So whether it be a chiropractic standpoint or even just the bare minimum that you offer, just general hydration, let alone vitamin deficiencies, like I feel that there's a really large percentage of people that after they feel what normal is supposed to feel like when their body is properly hydrated and properly nourished, it would be mind-blowing.
Man, you're spot on. And back to your world, I can imagine, because I've had it happen to me. Hey, your left leg is 2 inches shorter than the right because your hips are off. And you don't realize it until he puts you back in line and you're thinking, oh my gosh. Well, these people might call for the first time because they got the stomach bug, because nobody wakes up and says, man, I can't wait to get somebody to come shove a needle in my arm. But when you feel bad, it's like, hey, bring it, I'll do it. And then they realize how good they feel, not only from not being nauseated anymore or having a headache anymore, but because they're hydrated, and all of a sudden their body's full of vitamins and can function the way it's meant to be. But I'm not telling you anything you don't know. The American diet that we all live on is not very nourishing. So when your body gets flooded with vitamins, you feel good. Your energy, everything's just different. And you're right. Yep. So those people might have called for an ailment, but they're return customers because they don't want to lose that feeling of just feeling good.
Yeah, they're not coming from, whether it be a physiological place. Well, hell, I guess we're both physiological. They're not coming from a place of deficiency.
Yeah.
Like when this thing is fueled right, life's really comfortable. Like literally, like getting out of bed is really comfortable when this
It's a
thing is
different
fueled
world.
properly. Your feet
It's a
don't
different
hurt, your
world.
knees
I'm
don't
telling
ache. You know, like you
Look
turn
at
on the
it.
light in the bathroom and it's just bright. It's not bright and like headache causing. Oh shit, gotta turn that thing off real quick. Just
Right. You know, when you're 40 years old, you're not supposed to be, and I'm just using 40-year-old people, but you're not supposed to be at a place where lights hurt your eyes so bad you get migraines and headaches, and you're exhausted by 5 o'clock from driving to work and sitting in a chair and driving back. You don't even go to your kid's sporting event. That's not normal. Let's work on that. Let's fix that.
right.
Same thing for you. A 40-year-old man should be able to, or women should be able to go out and have fun, do physical activities, and probably not the way we did when we were 20, but still, we should be able to go do that and not be miserable. And if you're not, go see the chiropractor, man. Go to Aspire. Go get hooked up. Get your stuff fixed.
Well, heck, and if you pretend to go out or you go out and you pretend like you're 20 or 21 again, and you wake up the next morning and realize you're not, and there's a half-empty pizza box and some cold Chinese food sitting over there. There are better options to get that taken care of. Now, just kind of a refresher for anyone who's just joining us, or whatever. So this is Ryan. Ryan reached out. He was one of the sponsors for our past Patient Appreciation Day last week. Works with Rapid Relief Mobile IV. So Ryan, before we close this, and he's a nurse and a paramedic. He's just not some dude with needles.
There you go.
Before we close this out, where can people find you?
All right, so the best place to find us is going to be on the website, rapidreliefmobileiv.com. That's the parent company, the guys I work for. They're all over the Metroplex. Of course, I'm going to be biased and say that we're better than all our competitors. Me personally, work under them. Hit me up on Facebook, Mobile IV Service by Ryan Spencer, or on Instagram at the IV Guy DFW. And that's got all of the information you need. It's got past clients that we've worked with, testimonials, packages, everything, videos, things you need just to get educated and make a good decision on whether you want to go down this road or not. And I feel pretty confident saying if you do, it'll be something that you add to your life. Yeah, it looks like an expense, but it's also going to cut down on probably medical expenses now and in the future, just like chiropractic work.
100%, man. And what I'll do too, I'll make sure we'll tag him on the Facebook stuff here. I don't know if we can do that on YouTube. I'm not that tech adverse yet. And also too, like if you need him right now, he's tagged on all of our previous posts from all our Patient Appreciation Day stuff. So Ryan, dude, appreciate you reaching out and helping out with Patient Appreciation Day. Appreciate you hopping on today. Dude, you got a great rest of your day ahead of you, man. I appreciate your time today.
Hey, man, thanks for your time. Really appreciate it. Take care.
No problem. We'll see you later, man.
Bye-bye.
All right, everybody. That's the show. That was our first guest. That was fun because it wasn't all on me. I didn't have to talk the whole damn time. That might be upsetting for some of you. But to those of you that watch it, dude, check him out, man. Like, seriously, he reached out, just said, hey, is there any way that I can help with this? Absolutely, 100%. And I tell you right now, there's not a single thing he said that was wrong. There is so much just general depletion in the standard American diet. And for all intents and purposes, odds are, if you're watching this, a large part of our client base, our patients, are really, you guys are all burning the candle at both ends. You're all go-getters. You're all parents. You're running to and from all these practices. You're running to and from work all the time. Odds are you could stand to get a little more vitamins and minerals going on in here. Even as I sit here, there's a window right there. And sometimes I lie to myself and say, yeah, I totally get sunlight. It comes through the window. That's where my vitamin D comes from. Not entirely. So, no peek behind the curtain there, breaking the fourth wall, if you will. But thank you again, everybody, for joining us on another episode of After Hours Live. If you want to be a guest, if you want to come in and riff on it, like you don't have to have anything to sell. If you just want to go back and forth for a little bit and, hell, I don't know, trade knock-knock jokes or something, by all means, reach out. But otherwise, you guys have a fantastic weekend. Stars are in town on Saturday taking on the Edmonton Oilers. That's all I got. We'll catch you later, guys.